Hello, all. I apologize for my absence, but I am back with yet another fantastic installment of Beastly Reviews. And yes, it's been a moment since I've been on, but of course, when you're in my line of work, you end up getting sidetracked by tedious little tasks such as imprisoning beautiful young ingenues, falling in love with them, dancing and consorting with anthropomorphic teacups and kettles and the like, and whatever the devil, and fending off narcissistic hunters, wash, rinse, repeat. But anyway, that's taken up a bit of my time, but that's quite alright, because today, today is a day indeed. Today is a day that ends in Y, which means it's time for yet another fantastic video. And this video is back to a return to form of the unboxing variety. And we're not just unboxing nothing. No, sir. Today we're unboxing not just one, but the entire series of Mattel's most recent release of the Masters of the Universe selection. There is himself, Mr. He-Man. And I'm going to show them off in the most boring portion of the video right now. Man-at-Arms himself, very difficult to find. That was a real son of a bitch to find. We've got Teela right here. Lovely Teela. Yes, indeed. We've got, of course, the evil Skeletor. Evelyn. And, of course, last and certainly not least, a man right after my heart, someone who, I have quite a bit of sympathy for, Mr. Beast Man. There he is, and what a lovely beast he is. What a sexy beast, I must say. Although not quite as sexy as me, no. But anyway, obviously, being a beast of the 80s, Masters of the Universe is obviously an institution for any geek/collector of any kind. And who could forget that iconic theme song, eh? Masters! Masters! Masters of the Universe are coming your way! Smashing your balls, eating your face! Wait, that doesn't sound right, does it? No. Perhaps I'm thinking of the Smurfs. Anyway, without further ado, let's get this unboxing show on the road, shall we? Now, where shall we start, eh? Depends on, I've got a very small table here, so I'm hoping that I don't drop any of these, but let's start with himself. He-Man, Prince Adam /Latham /whatever. But as you can see, with this series, they've really tried to keep it true to the 80s, keep it true to the originals. As far as the packaging is concerned, in the back there's quite a lovely little bit of art there, where there's the sword of Eternia, all the powers, and yes, of course. And, yes, He-Man himself. So, without further ado, I think I've stalled this for long enough. Clearly you can see the other figures in the assortment on the back of the package. And, oh yes, there we go. There he is. Oh yes. There he is in his bubble. There's He-Man. And on the back, his weaponry is packaged in this lovely little plastic baggie. Very fitting for a He-Man. Man of his magnitude and monstrous strength and whatever the devil else. Oh, these bastards with their rubber bands, making it nigh impossible, although I'm sure that it probably deters shoplifters. Perhaps. We can only hope. Anyway, son of a bitch. Well, there goes one, so next one is going to have to be picked up off the floor. As you can see, He-Man, the body type is very if you're familiar, very, very similar to, at least in aesthetics, to the classic He-Man figures of the past, although they're treated to a much more articulation. They did not have knee articulation, that's for sure. The waist, the thighs were kind of splayed out about here. Ooh, that's a bit naughty, isn't it? And they also certainly did not have elbow articulation. And I must say that the face itself and the hair is more vibrantly coloured. The chest piece very true to the previous original incarnation. And let's see if we can get this. Oh God! All right, there we go. Have to use beastly brute force to release the weaponry from its. Yes. Okay, so from the looks of this, the initial looks of it. Ah, boy, this is the worst part here. Son of a. Got the tan. Alright. So there is his he shield, if you will. And there's oh yes, of course, the axe, the legendary axe. And last and certainly not least is He-Man's great sword. So let's see how this looks in hand. As you can see, the one hand is perfect for open hand slapping if he doesn't want to exude, fatal force at first. Get out of my way! And then, of course, he has the gripping hand in case he needs to shout out things such as "I have the power!" or whatever else. Although, of course, the slap hand also works quite well if you attach the he shield to it. What the? You should anyway. That is alright. There we go. There, son of a bitch. All right. Well, this figure is beautiful, I must say, and although he can't seem to keep a hold of his weaponry, so keep this out of the hands of young children. All right. Next, start at the bottom. The lovely Teela. Probably you want to make some kind of love interest for He-Man himself. We got the lovely Teela, also met with very strong, very powerful imagery on the back of the package, accompanying the other figures. Oh, wait a second. I seem to have yes. I seem to have dropped something from the previous. Yes. I nearly forgot. The He-Man package, each of these figures is actually packaged very similar to in the 80s, with its own accompanying comic. So that's pretty good. That's pretty great, huh? Beast Barrage. So I guess that this is some sort of a suggestion on how to play with these figures. Although Beastman has not yet been unboxed, he will be shortly, so we can move on from there and play the way that we want to after the fact. Oh. Well, never mind, because it looks to be that all of these have the exact same comic. That's gonna be about 15 demerits right there. But anyway, you can't win them all, can you? Moving along. Let's get Miss Teela out of her plastic sheath. Very similar to Mr. He-Man. The arsenal is packaged in a little baggie in the back. Not thrown in there haphazard. You have to basically be ready to rob Fort Knox to get these bastards out of here. There's the figure itself with ceremonial snake armor. I am the Snake Queen. Alright. And let's see if we can get these out of here. Got a staff without bending the hell out of it, which it already kind of is. Son of a... Alright. She's got her staff here. God, I hope this isn't as difficult as the first one. But, just to my luck, it probably will be. It's been one of those types of weeks. Son of a... You know what? Now it's bent like that. Yeah, that's not cool at all. Mattel, I implore you. I'm sure that I know that you're working against shoplifters and things like that, but it would be quite appreciated if you would actually package these in a way that you didn't need adamantium claws to release them. Oh, come on. All right. Hey, snake staff, all bent to hell. Whoa, yeah, hooray. I'm sure that's going to be very useful in battle. And of course, He-Man had his he shield, she has her T shield. Now, I guess we should try again with the accessory. So, open hand, do this. Okay, hooray! Snake staff, all bent to hell. So she's very thrilled about that. And this actually is slightly better than the He-Man. The He-Man was a bit of a, for the shield, was a bit of a snap-on action. Whereas this one, she similarly has a grip hand so that you can actually attach it via grip. So she can actually hold it rather than strap it to her forearm, which has shown less than ideal results. Although, easy for me to do, this is taking me a year and a half. Come on, let's do this, motherfucker. Alright, well, you get the idea. It's just not going in for me because the plastic is quite soft. I'll say this. The addition of softer plastics to the ones that were used in the past, and they're both good and bad. They're more malleable, so it's better for play, I suppose. But it's also poor because I do feel like these were quite a bit easier in the past to apply, you know, the weaponry, the shielding, and all that great stuff. Anyway, number 3, the most difficult of these to find was Mr. Man-at-Arms right there. Now, if you recall, if anyone was a collector back in the day, which I'm sure many were, you'll recall that Man-at-Arms, the original version in the 1980s, he lacked his trademark moustache, and it was quite the omission. It made it very difficult. Half the time you didn't even know who the hell it was. It's like, is this really Man-at-Arms? He doesn't have the mustache. Doesn't really feel right, does it? It's sort of like the Red Baron not having a mustache. Huh? I don't even know what that means. Regardless, we're opening him anyway, and this is awkward figure unboxing banter. There we go. Alright, there goes the exact same comic that every single one of these so far has had. Alright. And, I do love these colors. These colors make this look so reminiscent of the 1980s. The colors, just a bit, maybe a bit more vibrant than it was in the past, but, not quite, not in any way that takes away from the actual, beauty of the figure. Come on, pardon me for a moment. This is taking a bit longer than I wanted to, so please give me one moment, and I think I'm going to do this in a different way. Bing! A little beastly magic there. You might think that I just did a jump cut, but no, this is totally beastly magic. A little different. As you can see, not only did the beastly magic allow for me to extricate, if you will, the figure from this packaging, but it also allowed me to automatically apply his Man-at-Arms armor bits without having to struggle and fuss with the belt-like malleable plastic as noticed here. He also has his Man-at-Arms beating stick / scepter, and of course, as you can see, he's got his Man-at-Arms mustache protector. Fire! Mustache is just as good as new. Wow. Actually looks a bit like Ravishing Rick Rude, if I say so myself. Anyway, shall we continue on? And actually, as a brief aside, as I continue opening these and looking at these, I'm going absolutely hog wild, beast wild over this articulation. Because if you recall, I touched upon earlier, not a lot of articulation in the previous versions. No knee, no ankle, no wrist. But this actually has a great deal of articulation. Not only does it have the typical, shoulder articulation, but it's also full shoulder articulation, elbow articulation that goes all around and back and forth, wrist articulation, knee articulation, which is similar to the elbow articulation, which is fantastic. Obviously, calf articulation with the boot, and of course the ankle articulation. All of this is very new, and all of this is absolutely divine. Anyway, shall we move on, as stated? Now, to those of us who know me, I used to be kind of a dick. Let's just put it that way. I've changed my ways. Love changes us all. However, I still do have an affinity for the darker, more evil among us. So let's go to one of my personal favorites, Mr. Skeletor. This, unfortunately, is one of the more easy figures of this series to find, but nevertheless, doesn't make it any less sought after, certainly for me anyway, but it's definitely a must for any action figure collector, and of course there he is on the back, falling to the depths of hell. Anyway. Okay, so, as per typical, I am trying not to absolutely destroy these packages, not too much anyway, but yeah, there it is, Beast Barrage. Mattel, you really could have at least given us a different comic in every episode, in every figure. I mean, they're not, they're reasonably priced, but they're not cheap by any means. Give us something we can work with here, people. Okay. So, and there he is. Look at those iconic colors. That blue. Just in time for Halloween. All Hallows-ween, if you will. The figure right here. And of course, we're going to have to fuss again with the rubber bands. They're absolutely ludicrous. Or as Mr. T once said, absolutely. But yeah, it was relatively painless. There we go. There he is, in all his skeletal glory, looking a bit more like the cartoon version than the previous incarnation from 1984 or whatever. And again, we'll get that later. I'll have the maids pick that up. Hopefully this is easier than the others, but since it is not, I've enacted some help, because I don't want to use too much magic in one day, no. So, enacted the help of non-Tools of the Trade brand shears, because those bastards at Tools of the Trade still haven't gotten back to me about the sponsorship that I've requested, so they can go suck a blowhole for all I care. Anyway. I'm sorry, Tools of the Trade. Please sponsor me. You're such a large, visible organization. Oh, drat. Alright. God, they really do a number on these, with these plastic... Okay, this is ridiculous already. There we go. Alright. Even with the shears, it was not easy. Alright. He has a very He-Man-esque sword, only with the evil glow of purple. And of course, the staff of 1,000 dead rams and broken, ruined, burning dreams. There he is. This, you know what? Like I said, this is probably among the easier to find figures in the series, but I actually, this might be my favorite thus far, because the color is just so vibrant and very reminiscent of childhood, or puphood, as you may refer to it. Alright, and there's his staff. I rule all. I have the staff to show. My rod is longer than yours. Okay, anyway. Love Skeletor. Moving on, 2 figures left in the series, almost done. And sorry this is taking so long, but if you want good quality content, you need to be patient, eh? Alright, Evelyn. Another classic villain. Very, very similar to true to the form of the previous earlier incarnation of Evelyn. Looks very good. The color is just impeccable. There's that. Alright, same comic again. Yes, we know we're tired of this. We've seen it 5 times already. Packaging on the back has her looking absolutely delightfully evil. And here she is, in all of her evil, rubber band, restricted glory. Now, rubber bands, women restrained by rubber bands. That might be a naughty thing, huh? Perhaps. There's herself. A little bit loose in the waist department. But you're not allowed to call women loose because that's very, very wrong. So I should say, yeah. Yes, I absolutely love the way that this looks. And this yellowish skin is iconic from the earliest. This actually is one of the figures I remember most from the classic series. I'm again with the articulation, something about the female articulation, both her and Tila. With these knees, I mean, it really works. Just fantastic to be able to do all of these things with the articulation. They did a phenomenal job on the articulation. Now, on the packaging of the accessories, however, the job wasn't nearly as good. I do not recall, although it was 1984 or whatever, I do not recall being a Ute and having to go to this much effort to release the accessories, the weaponry. It's actually quite annoying, if I say so myself, which obviously I did because I just did. Oh, jeez. Even with the shears. Alright, there we go. Now we got something going. Alright. Hopefully this should be easier. This is quite a pain in the bullocks. Alright, and this is of course, now, I mean, I joke sometimes about slow parts of the videos, but this is just ludicrous right here. Having to wrestle through all this plastic and tape. Oh, how irritating. But nevertheless, it should be worth the wait. Although she only has one thing, so... Alright. A giant Eternia lollipop with what appears to be like a... If you recall the Boo Berry video from last week, probably tastes a bit like that. No, I'm joking. Of course I'm joking. She, similarly to Skeletor, has a staff. Or a scepter, even. Because she is the evil queen. Okay. And finally, the figure that was not only the hardest to find, but the one that looks the most like little old me, my favourite, Beastman. The poor bastard. Just a henchman. Just a right-hand man to Skeletor. Skeletor never really treated him all that well, in my opinion. So, Beastman, if you're watching this video, which I'm absolutely positive that you are, because why wouldn't you be? If you're looking to be a right-hand man to someone else, I could make it worth your while. Anyway, opening the packagery again, and before moving on, actually, I would like to say that his art, his cardback art, shows him fighting through all sorts of savage beasts in the eternal forest. Now, kind of have to be the king of the beasts to hang with Skeletor, Evelyn, and the Masters. Masters! Oh yeah, we're not doing that. And there's the exact same comic yet again. There's this beautiful, vibrant orange. It's, again, all of these figures, I must say, all of these figures just have this iconic color, or this iconic decor. It's, seriously, like, of all the series, of all the toy lines, not even just in the 80s, in all of history, I have to say that Masters of the Universe would have to be kind of at the top of the list of iconic and popularity, certainly. All we need now is a Wonder Bread He-Man, right? But yes, here he is in all of his beastly fury. He's got his fur pelt, and he's got his special rubber band accessory, and oh good. Oh boy. My favorite part, the removal of the accessories. God. Mattel, enough with the tape already, huh? We get it. You want to preserve the accessories, but Jesus, causing me quite a bit of headache here. Oh shit. I'm so sorry, feral tendencies occasionally take over. Especially on frustration like this. I can lift 10 tons, but I cannot tear open this plastic that's haphazardly put together in this manner. Where the hell are those shears? With the absolute height of my frustration. Let's try and do it without killing the accessory inside, because, as we know, they're made of malleable plastic. And this is running a bit long, so... Alright. Come on, we need to see this, of course. Everything's led up to this. God. This is horrible. Alright. Seriously, Mattel. Work on this. Because I can barely feel my fingers now. But of course we needed to see his whip. And he also has another bit of armor here, probably an elbow pad, with what appears to be a prehistoric turtle shell with spikes. And yes. Son of a bitch. Pardon me. Dead air! Thank you very much, that was some wonderful dead air. Alright. But of course, this is the coup de grace, of course. This is the greatest. Ultron right here, we need to see him in all of his beastly glory with his beastly whip. Okay. So this is the Masters of the Universe series in all of its glory. And here they are, folks, in all their masterful glory. I must say, this is a fantastic series, a fantastic first effort by Mattel, a really exciting series of figures. I look forward to seeing what they have next. As a matter of fact, we kind of know what they have next. Some really exciting stuff like Castle Grayskull, which I'm quite looking forward to. And if these were out at this moment, and if I had a bit more of an imagination, I would dive right in and play with these immediately. And I hope that you enjoyed diving into this video. It was a deep dive into the new 2020 version of Masters of the Universe series. Clearly, the only issues I have with this series so far are the ladies particularly don't stand particularly well on their own, so it takes quite a bit of finessing. However, other than that, the only other issue I have is how absolutely dreadfully and ghastly the accessories are packaged. That's something that I would really like to see worked on, because that was a huge pain in the ass. I'll clearly have to invoke some more beastly magic during the next round of unboxing videos. Anyway, until next time, I hope that you sit tight. Got some great stuff coming up, including the big beastly reviews, Halloween Extravaganza, coming up the very next week. And until then, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, Beastly Reviews Twitter, Beastly Reviews Instagram, YouTube, of course. And until next time, shall I say it, or would you like to say it? I see they're falling already. Would you like to say it? Yes. No, join us for the next fantastic installment of Beastly Reviews.